The Friendship War, Chapter 21, Kitchen Time. Ben drops his backpack onto a chair and stands there, looking at the kitchen table, and then at me. What's up with the festival of weird foods? Nothing, and mind your own business. Ben studies the wreckage in front of me. A peach yogurt, a box of Thin Mints, a full roll of Ritz crackers, half a block of cheddar cheese, and 2 little cans of tomato juice. And you snarfed all that in about 15 minutes. So, yeah, I could see that everything must be totally fine. Mind your own business. He goes to the fridge. Hey, 1 yogurt left. He sits down across the table from me, peels back the foil cover, and begins eating. He's using a huge spoon and making the most horrible sounds he can, on purpose. Stop being disgusting. You ate that? And I'm disgusting? He finishes eating quietly and then sits there. I know he's not going to leave until I talk. The truth is, I was waiting for him. But I still want him to mind his own business after I ask him some questions. So, do you know how a fad works? He nods a little, shrugs a little. I think so, at least the basics. Something new shows up, everyone goes wild about it, everyone gets sick of it, and it's over. That seem about right? Sounds right, but how long does it take until everyone gets sick of something? Depends. You've seen those fidget spinners. Sure, there were tons at my school a while back, but hardly any now. Right, same at the high school. As a fact, it's over. It lasted pretty long because the companies making them kept coming up with changes, like the ones with the LED lights. They were pretty sick. And another reason it lasted longer is because kids were plugged in to all the stuff about them online. Still, even though spinners were super popular, once a fad starts to die, click, it disappears. But let's say you wanted a fad to die before everyone gets totally sick of it. Is there a way to end one? Oh, so are we talking about buttons again? Yes, buttons again. More like forever. Hmm. Well, first of all, buttons aren't like silly bands or spinners, which kids have to go and buy. Almost anybody can get buttons, even if it's just a handful that they pull off some old clothes. Buttons are all over the place, mostly for free. Yeah, I know. And buttons aren't exactly a new invention either, so I guess the buttons fad is kind of a special case, but you're the one who's been seeing the whole thing play out at your school. What do you think is keeping it alive? It's partly what you just said, that everybody's got some and a lot of kids like trading them. And there are so many different kinds too, but it's also that kids keep coming up with new things to do with them, making up games and making crafty stuff like bracelets. I heard that some fourth graders have been using wire to make button sculptures. And on the bus home today, I saw this boy and he made it snake by stringing a couple hundred buttons on a string. Tiny buttons at the tail, then gradually larger ones toward the middle, and then some different size ones to make the head. Kind of creepy, but also cool. And tomorrow, button snakes could be all over the place, or little button frogs or bugs, who knows? Because a spinner does one thing, it spins. Buttons can do anything that a kid can dream up, and everybody keeps wanting more and more buttons, and nobody seems to be getting sick of them either, except me. Ben sits perfectly still, staring at nothing. Sometimes watching Ben feels like looking at myself in a mirror, because right now, I know what he's doing. He's just got an idea, and now he's working on a theory, or maybe a plan. So I wait. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, and now Ben puts a serious look on his face. How much would you be willing to pay to kill the buttons fad? Hey, what do you mean? I mean, how badly do you want this fad to die? What would it be worth to you? It'd be worth a lot. Okay, good. Next question. How much do you know about economics? Somewhere between almost nothing and nothing. Not a problem. But the first thing I want to say is this. I am not telling you to do anything. All right? I'm just going to explain a couple of concepts about economics Yes, economics. It's very interesting. And I guarantee that after I explain some stuff, you're going to get an idea about doing something. But I'm not telling you to do anything. You've said that twice now because it's important. I narrow my eyes until I'm almost squinting at him. It sounds like this thing that you are not telling me to do might be dangerous or get me into trouble or both. And you don't want to be held responsible. Ben gives me a totally blank stare, no expression. Do you want to learn something about economics or not? Yes, oh great teacher. Teach me. Please teach me. He ignores my sarcasm. Okay, but remember, I know you're not telling me to do anything at all. Correct.